Hello, Victor here. Welcome to my channel. Now, the name of this video is the Anunnaki Farce. As in the other videos, do not read the transcripts. They are gibberish. You must listen to the video to get the information. Now, you might be wondering, why did I title this video the Anunnaki Farce? Well, the Anunnaki are an ET race that were given permission to cut our DNA from 12 strands to 12 strands to 2 strands of DNA thousands of years ago. Then they lied to us about why they did this. They said they needed a worker hybrid, or as we called it, slave, which also was a lie. Yet of a lie on top of a lie. They have lied, hoodwinked, and misled us for a specific reason. They said they came to Earth from a planet called Nibiru or Planet X. This planet was also called the Destroyer too, and that is also false. What follows is the true story about this ET race and what their real purpose was. First, let's take a look at just what the Anunnaki told us at the time. They said they come from a planet called Nibiru, and that their planet is an elliptical orbit that comes around every 35,000 years or so. Give or take 1,000, whatever, you know. Well, if you know how planets operate, you know this story is false. Planets orbit in a circle around a sun or star and no other way. Each planet holds the others in place with different gravities. Just take one planet out of the system or change the gravity of one, and you have a misbalance in the solar system which could cause a collision of one or more planets. Guess what happens if that happens? If that were to happen, the whole system could be destroyed. That should dispel any theory about a flat Earth. If it were flat, it would not have any gravity. Only planets that are round can have gravity, as well as black holes. Also, if it were flat, the gravity of other planets could not affect it and hold it in place. You have a round planet, you have another round planet, those two planets. But if it's flat, this planet over here, you can't, you know, they have to be round. Okay, so now back to the elliptical orbit of planet Nibiru. So we're supposed to believe that this planet goes out into space for half of that 35,000 years, because they say it takes 35 years to come back. So half of it's 17.5 thousand years, and suddenly it just decides to make a U-turn and come back. Well, you see, a circular orbit would be going around like this. An elliptical orbit would be going way out and back, way out and back and around and back and around. That's elliptical. Well, even if it could, this planet would be freezing cold because it's not orbiting a sun. It's going away from the sun, and yet we bought this story hook, line, and sinker. Since the great flood which they claim Nibiru was responsible for, it wasn't. Scientists have kept track of just when this planet would reappear. About the year 2012. Remember what was going on then? In the year 2012, there was supposed to be a pole shift on Earth caused by this planet. We even elect our presidents and kings on the Anunnaki bloodline. How ridiculous is this? This proves that this story is false, and more than likely there is no planet called Nibiru, Planet X, or the Destroyer, the rogue planet, whatever you want to call it. The Anunnaki want to keep their location a secret, and no, they're not coming back. They have no reason to. If you are still seeing videos of this farce on YouTube, push the dislike button, and in the comments section, tell them why. If you are posting information on this rogue planet that continues this farce, shame on you. Now, why did the Anunnaki cut our DNA down to just 2 strands? All the other planets that have bodies on them have all 12 strands of DNA. Well, the Federation of Planets needed a place to put their undesirables. Now, we are not bodies. We are spiritual beings operating the body. If you don't know this, you need to access my video, Are You a Spiritual Being? On my channel. Yeah, go to my channel videos in the search box for that page. Type in Are You a Spiritual Being and hit the enter button on your keyboard. And it will come up. Before we were banished to this planet as spiritual beings, we all had ET abilities. All ETs are creator gods, and they have prime creator abilities. Another word for prime creator used to be the supreme being. Okay? So, how do they continue this farce? And if we were once creator gods, how come we no longer have these abilities? Well, the answer to this question is on my creation cycle video series. It's in 2 parts, and that's on my channel also. Do the same thing. Go to videos and put in creation cycle, and hit the enter button on your keyboard. The Federation of Planets, which is in charge of all planets in the universe, had to have bodies on planet Earth, and they had to keep the real reason a secret. They called on all the ETs in the universe to help with this. First, they had to get rid of the dinosaurs. No, they didn't eat themselves into extinction, but they made it look that way so we wouldn't find out the truth. Second, they had the Anunnaki genetically engineer our DNA template down to 2 strands. This template would be given to all the other ETs who genetically engineered our bodies on this planet. This was a huge project. For every race of people on this planet, there is a race of ETs. Third, they had to put the animals on the planet. They used our DNA to make these animals. No, we did not come from apes. The apes came from us. You see, if you want to hoodwink someone, you give them the opposite. That's what they did. They turn it around 180 degrees. Have you ever seen an ape evolve into a human in the last 5,000 years? Or even get any smarter than they already are? This observation tells us Darwin's theory of evolution is completely false. This was another hoodwink to keep us from finding out the truth. They put the caveman and Cro-Magnon man and all the rest of them for us to find so we would stay hoodwinked. Now, this is how planet Earth got started. We are now in the middle of a creation cycle. In order to fully understand how we got in this state of being that we are in now, you have to start from the beginning of the creation cycle, which you can access on my channel, I will tell you how all creation started from the beginning of time, what changed from there, and what is going on now because of that. Knowledge can be a great thing, but only if you reach for it. In the future, Truth Be Known will have info on racism, global warming, both the 911s, the Kennedy assassination, World War II, and ET technology. So, and probably more. I'll come up with more things that need to be clarified, need to be, the truth needs to come out. So, look for those. And thank you for listening.